Hello and welcome back to Sunday's Shootout. We've got a special guest in the studio, a man who'll be playing in the Asian Champions League, and maybe if things go very, very well for the Western Sydney Wanderers, they could end up in the Club World Cup in about 18 months' time. Jerome Pollens joins us. How are you, mate?
Good, man.
Welcome to the show, buddy.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Exciting news through the week. We'll get to last night shortly, but exciting through the week. You found out your opponents for the Champions League next year. Tony Popovic, we understand, is targeting this competition big style. What about for the players? How exciting is it?
Yeah, of course, we are certainly looking forward to these challenges. We are going to Japan, China, South Korea, so it will be good games for us.
There's some of the draws here. Melbourne Victory, they've got to jump through a few hoops. One, in fact, on February 15 against one of three teams basically in a playoff. Winner on that night goes through. It will be Melbourne Victory at home. Now, the other groups involving the Australian sides, and if they do get through Melbourne Victory, they'll cop Guangzhou Evergrande, that massive Chinese club. The Mariners have got Sanfrecce Hiroshima and FC Seoul in a qualifier, and the Wanderers, there they are. Guizhou and Ulsan Hyundai, who finished second, of course, in the K-League, and the J-League runner-up, which we understand will be Yokohama Marinos. So that is your draw for the Champions League, and those matches will be on Fox Sports. Now, we'll get to last night now. How good a win was that up in Newcastle? Three-game winless streak over.
Yeah, I think everyone thought that we were, not playing good the last games, but I think differently. I think we played good football the last games, but we didn't get the results. So last game was a pretty big win for us. So because we keep following the Brisbane Roar, and so we get back to our football. You know?
I wanted to ask you about the goal, Jerome. There was a lot of people, including Gary Van Egmond, described it as a controversial goal. How did you see it with this little incident here? Gary Van Egmond thought that was a push by the back on Halidi, I think it was.
Yeah, I think there was certainly a little push, but those things happen in football matches, and sometimes it's against you, sometimes it's for you. So
if you're the defender, you blow up. If you're the striker, you're happy. So there you go.
Yeah,
yes.
Absolutely.
You have to take it how it is.
Roots?
Yeah.
Jerome, I believe that your team is the best in closing out games. So when you go 1-0 up or you lead in the game, you're the best at closing or shutting up shop. What do you put that down to? Do you work on that? Does Tony Popovic work on your mentality or your discipline or your shape?
I think it's a lot of things. You know, mostly it's about our mentality. We don't want to give anything away, and also our structure is always very good. We try to have a good structure throughout the park, and that's what we keep doing.
Is it the fear of letting Tony Popovic down? You don't want to get an introduction when you get off the pitch? Is that the main fear, or letting your teammate down?
Yeah.
He'll love that, buddy. He'll love that, buddy.
Great answer.
Great answer.
Coming your way, Jerome.
Exactly.
Now, Jerome, I wanted to ask you, remember you came on Shootout to explain after I actually brought up about the tackles, I think it was about 4 or 5 weeks ago that you've done on the trial. I'd like to hear, it's great that you come, I'd like to hear from you, from your side, point of view about those tackles.
Yeah, I said recently, it's sometimes those tackles happen, and I think you don't have to take it too serious. Of course, I was a bit of a target man the last weeks, but I think the last 2 games I showed, I didn't get a yellow card or something. So maybe it was just a short period of time where it came to bad tackles from my side. But so I think my game hasn't changed in comparison to last year, and I play my game and try to give the best for the team.
Were you told to tone it down by anyone, or did you know yourself that, maybe I was a little bit fortunate there, and or you just played normally?
I wasn't told by anyone because it's just my usual game. You know, of course I play aggressive, but
Committed.
Yeah.
Tony Popovic, what has he done for your career? I understand you came to the club as a midfielder, but that soon changed, didn't it?
Yeah, when he signed me, he told me he will make me a much better player, and I think that worked out well so far, because I think my game is flourishing, is thriving, has improved a lot, and I think the end hasn't come yet. So I really appreciate the work of the coaches, because it helped me a lot.
And Jerome, we all know it's a squad game, and I think Western Sydney Wanderers epitomise that more than anyone with the amount of rotation that Tony does. I wanted to ask you about Tommy Juric. Obviously, he's out injured, and we spoke about him yesterday in terms of what you miss and what he can bring to the game. Everyone's got different things that they bring. What has he brought to Western Sydney Wanderers since he's come to the club?
I think Tom Juric is a very interesting player because he's got a lot of good things. You know, he has a physicality. He's a very technical player. He's good in the box, and that's certainly something that you don't find very often. And he's also scoring, so he could be a big player for the Australian national team in the future as well.
Hope so.
Yeah. How's your move been to Australia? Obviously, you've played a lot of your football in Germany, Jerome. Are you liking it out here? Do you want to stay longer out here? Do you want to finish off your career out here, Jerome?
Yeah, in football you never know, you know. But of course, I like it in Australia. My wife likes it in Australia, and we feel very happy to, you know, we always have some guests from Germany that are coming here and never want to leave again. So, I'm very happy, and we will see what the future brings.
Good stuff. We'll go over to Sarah now, who's got a few more questions. Sarah?
Yeah, so we've got one here from Ben, and he says, do you think the Bundesliga is the best league in Europe?
I think definitely. You can compare it to the EPL, and I don't know, I think it doesn't take a long time that the Bundesliga will overtake the EPL because of the economical reasons. You know, all the clubs in Germany are very healthy, and there's no debt and no presidents that come, you know, from the Emirates or something. Yeah, no tycoons. You know, all the clubs they are economically very healthy.
And then there's another one here from Jaden, and he's asking what makes it the Wanderers different from any other club to play for.
I think it's a mentality. It's just you know, all the boys are getting along well, and everyone has a goal, and yeah, that all comes to the coach. I think he brought that mentality to the club.
Good stuff. Thank you very much for that, Sarah. We'll push on now, and Jerome, here's your moment of real truth on the show.
Buddy.
Mark Bosnich. Team of the week from the A-League. Has he gone with the man sitting to his left on the right back?
Leave the right back out to the last, yeah? In goals. Ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Ante Kovic, who just shaded veteran Janjatovic, who was absolutely fantastic. Left back, Adama Traore, who was absolutely outstanding on Friday night. Osama Malik for Adelaide, excellent. Matty Smith, Jerome, you just made it, buddy.
With the headband as well, we got that
in
too.
midfield, Ivan Franic, who got that wonderful goal in Wellington yesterday. Mitch Nichols, outstanding on Friday night. Shinji Ono played some wonderful balls yesterday. And Matej Polyak made his return to the Wanderers team. And up front, Bruce Jitte, who was absolutely everywhere, and Sergio Chirio, who's been outstanding all season, to be fair to him. So a lot of Adelaide players in that side, which just goes to show what a performance that they put in yesterday. So there you go.
Career highlight there, Jerome, making the team.
Yeah.
Bos's team.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
Well, it was a toss-up, wasn't it? We had a vote, and you had the final vote. You said you.
Good stuff. Well done, Bozza. Rudes and Jerome, we'll leave it there. Rudes, thanks for dropping in again at short notice, and we'll catch you on the highlight show tomorrow evening.
Absolutely.
And Jerome, mate, pleasure having you here, and best of luck for the rest of the season with the Wanderers.
Thank you, Rudes.
And in Asia as well.